In the shadows of history, there is a book that has shaped the path of power for centuries, The Prince, by Niccolò Machiavelli. Written in 1532, this work on leadership and governance is often seen as a guidebook for the ruthless. Yet its lessons remain as sharp and relevant today as they were during the Italian Renaissance. This documentary explores the darker side of kindness, revealing how Machiavelli's principles, fear, deception, image crafting, and strategic alliances are still used in modern life. Through real-world examples, we will uncover the strategies that leaders use to seize and maintain power, along with the deep ethical questions these strategies raise. Machiavelli once declared, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." Fear, he argued, ensures more reliable obedience than affection. A leader who sows fear can maintain control, even at the cost of being loved. In modern times, few figures embody this principle more clearly than Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia. Since 1999, Putin has wielded fear as a weapon, both domestically and internationally, crafting a style of leadership that mirrors Machiavelli's advice. The annexation of Crimea in 2014 stands as a stark example. After Ukraine's pro-Russian president was overthrown, Putin seized Crimea, a region with a large Russian-speaking population. Russian soldiers, disguised as so-called little green men, occupied key facilities, and a highly questionable referendum led to Crimea's absorption into Russia. This act, widely condemned by the international community, showed Putin's willingness to use force to achieve geopolitical goals, spreading fear among neighboring countries. At home, Putin has crushed opposition to maintain his grip on power. Critics face harassment, imprisonment, or worse. Alexei Navalny, a prominent opposition leader, was poisoned in 2020 and later imprisoned on charges widely viewed as politically motivated. These actions sent a clear message: dissent will not be tolerated. Putin's control over the media amplifies this fear, with state-run outlets dominating the narrative and silencing independent voices. Through these methods, Putin has crafted an image of invincibility, using fear to solidify his rule. His leadership is a living example of Machiavelli's assertion that fear is a powerful tool of governance. Machiavelli advised, "Never attempt to win by force when you can win by deception." Deception, he argued, allows leaders to achieve their goals without the need for open conflict. In today's political landscape, this principle thrives in the world of advertising, where truth is often sacrificed for victory. The 2016 U.S. presidential election illustrates how deception can sway public opinion. Both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton used misleading advertisements designed to exploit voters' emotions. Trump's campaign aired ads claiming that Clinton lied to the FBI about her email investigation, despite the FBI finding no such evidence. The ads also implied that her policies had fueled the rise of ISIS, oversimplifying complex geopolitical issues into emotionally charged accusations. These distortions aim to tarnish Clinton's reputation and stoke public fear. Meanwhile, Clinton's campaign released ads highlighting Trump's controversial comments about women, stripped of the broader context where he also professed respect for them. This selective portrayal crafted a distorted image of Trump's character. These advertisements were effective because they tapped into voter biases and spread rapidly across social media platforms. In the digital age, deception can reach millions instantly, shaping perceptions in ways that are difficult to resist. It is a vivid reflection of Machiavelli's principle, adapted for the information wars of the modern era, where manipulating the narrative is as potent as physical force. Machiavelli emphasized the power of appearances, stating that a leader should appear to be compassionate, faithful, humane, religious, upright, even if they are not. Today, leaders and corporations alike build carefully crafted images to foster trust and loyalty. Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple, mastered this art. His iconic black turtleneck, designed by Issey Miyake, became a symbol of simplicity and innovation. His keynote presentations were theatrical, designed to build anticipation and awe for every new product. Jobs understood that the presentation was as crucial as the product itself, transforming Apple into a brand synonymous with creativity and excellence. Similarly, Barack Obama's rise to the presidency was powered by a meticulously crafted image. His 2004 Democratic National Convention speech introduced him as a unifier with the powerful line, "There is not a liberal America and a conservative America. There is the United States of America." His campaign pioneered the use of social media, connecting directly with voters, projecting an image of a modern, progressive leader. The slogan, "Yes, we can," became a rallying cry for hope and change. Both Jobs and Obama understood that perception often outweighs reality. By managing their images with precision, they forged deep emotional connections with their audiences, making their messages more persuasive and their leadership more effective. In doing so, they embodied Machiavelli's core belief that appearance is often more powerful than truth. Machiavelli advised, "Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer." A leader, he argued, must monitor both allies and adversaries to prevent threats from within. Abraham Lincoln's approach during the American Civil War illustrates this principle with precision. Lincoln appointed his political rivals, William Seward, Salmon Chase, and Edward Bates, to key positions in his cabinet, neutralizing opposition while harnessing their talents to preserve the Union. This team of rivals strategy allowed Lincoln to leverage their strengths while keeping them close enough to manage dissent effectively. A masterclass in strategic intelligence. In modern politics, coalition governments and parliamentary systems reflect the same principle. Parties that once competed join forces to secure power, requiring constant compromise and vigilance. In the business world, rival companies like Apple and Microsoft, despite fierce competition, have collaborated on projects, such as integrating Google's search engine into the iPhone, carefully watching each other's moves. This principle underscores the necessity of strategic thinking in maintaining power. By keeping enemies close, leaders can anticipate threats and transform potential adversaries into valuable assets, a perfect embodiment of Machiavelli's enduring advice. As we conclude our journey through the principles of Machiavelli, one truth becomes clear. The strategies within the prince still echo powerfully today, from fear in authoritarian regimes to deception in political campaigns, from carefully crafted images to strategic alliances. These tactics continue to shape our world. Yet we must view them with a critical eye. Though effective, they raise profound ethical questions. In a world that values democracy and transparency, balancing power with integrity remains a daunting challenge. Understanding these strategies equips us to navigate politics and society, to recognize manipulation wherever it exists. Thank you for joining this journey through the darker corridors of power. In the great game of our world, knowledge is strength, and awareness is our greatest ally.